In this episode, we talk about why most practices get stuck between $20,000 and $30,000 a month in revenue. We also talk about how do you think about the long term of the business when you're stuck in the day-to-day. And finally, we talk about what matters more in business, talent, discipline, or something else. The answer is something else. We're back, baby, with another episode of the Ask Justin Show. You ready?
Yeah.
Hannah's thoroughly, Hannah's been here how many years? 2007?
It'll be like
9 years?
No.
What year did you get here?
19? So it'll be like
Oh,
7.
why did I think 17? That was Lauren.
That's Lauren.
7 years?
7 years.
And she's still entertained.
Yes.
Still entertained. I'm evolving my entertainment styles. Soon I'm going to be a comedian. I might start a circus and wear Mickey Mouse shirts. Legitimately, Mickey Mouse shirts.
I was going to ask. Big Mickey guy over there.
Big Mickey. Me and Mickey, we go way back. Go ahead. What's going on?
Why do so many practices get stuck around 20 to 30K per month and can't get past it?
That's a wonderful question, Hannah. Did you come up with that yourself?
I did not.
Good. 20 to 30K. So take you back. When we started this program, it was called JR Coaching at the time. Now it's Rehab Chiro Coach. When we started this, we were working with businesses that were doing 0, 5K, 10K. Most of them are starting there. But as we've evolved, we've become and have better problems. And this question actually is super interesting because what we see when people enter a program now and are coaching is that this is the exact choke point that they have, the $20,000 to $30,000 per month mark. And actually, if you go back to the people who started with us that were making 0, a lot of times they'll work with us and get to the $20,000 to $30,000 mark month, and that's when they fall off, or that's when they leave. And the reason is simple. And it's twofold, because they haven't made a decision. You say, what kind of decision? Well, there's only 2 decisions at that point. The 2 decisions that they have to make in order to grow are the most painful ones. Number 1 is investing in consistent, predictable lead generation that they're going to have to pay for. Number 2, it's investing in consistent and predictable team members, humans. So they need marketing capital and they need human capital. Let's do the math real quick. If you are a chiro, let's just say you're cash. And again, it doesn't really matter the model. You can get stuck in either way. There are outliers at either end. But let's say you have reasonable prices. You're collecting somewhere between $225 and $325 per hour, however you want to get there. You will run out of time once you get to like the $20,000 to $35,000 mark, a month mark. And at that point, if we do not take the ability that we now have to have some money to spend on marketing and hire a team, there will be a stuck point. Here's what happens. Your schedule gets about 70 to 80% full. And the trap at that point when you're making that revenue is you still think that you have more room to go before you need to hire or before you need to invest, because I still have openings on the schedule. But when you're the business owner and you're trying to treat patients and you're trying to market and you're trying to do your bookkeeping and you're trying to do all that, 80% is 100%. That's a good one. Good one, Justin. 80% is 100%. If you're 70 to 80% full at that point, you're full. Because it's not just about patient care. You're a business owner. The best thing that happened to me in my career was that when I was able to hire Ashton and Hannah at the same time, the reason I was able to do that was not because my schedule was full. In fact, my schedule was not even close to being full, but my margins were quite high and I had profit in the business to go reinvest. But I never in my career, I don't think I was ever more than 70% capacity. Ever. I don't even know if I ever got there. But the thing that allowed me to do, and you remember early on, not only I was treating patients, but because I was able to hire staff, bring Ashton on and bring you on, you and I spent a lot of time marketing Google ads that I didn't have to treat patients because I had Ashton and I invested and I did that before. We were also spending money on ads because I had money to reinvest. So we were probably in that when Strive to Move got to that $20,000 to $30,000 a month mark, we were already had 3 staff. Hannah, Ashton, and Lauren were with me. We were investing in ads. We were investing in, at the time, it was Facebook. They didn't have Meta. It was Facebook, and it was Google specifically. So those 2 choke points, and the reason why we were to get out of it, to get to the 40, to get to the 50, to get to the 80, where we are now, is because when we were in that choke point where most of the people in our group, they stay solo or they can't sort of get past that, we were already making moves to get to the next step. And so for me, if you look back on my journey, like the tactics are like Google, whatever, like that's easy, sales process. But if you think about it, like going back to 2017, 2018, 2019, Justin, the thing that guy did well was he was always 1 or 2 steps ahead. When most people will get stuck and stay there for like a year or two and then finally either like go backwards or like just kind of quit, we were already into the next move. And that even happened at the next level when we brought on Kaylee. It was like Ashton was doing well at that point and his schedule was kind of full. Mine was backing off. And then it was like, okay, let's bring on another one. And so we grew into that one as well. And so if you are out there and you're at that $20,000 to $35,000 a month mark, you run out of time or you run out of money. Either way, that is the definition of stuck. One of the things I'm most proud of actually is we have a special program that we work with a small select group of business owners specifically in this category that are in our mastermind. They want more help. We called it a hybrid growth accelerator program. And it wasn't quite our highest level CEO program that we're like ready to scale. And it wasn't our entry level members that were just trying to get the business off the ground. They were hybrid. They were in the middle. And this, for me, might have been the most impactful work I've ever done because they were exactly in this position where they were in the $20,000 to $30,000 a month mark. And there was just some stuck point in their business that if we didn't do anything about it at that point, they would have been there for the next 20 years. And I've told them this, and I'm going to tell them it again, like we just saw the anatomy of stuck. Sometimes it was just not investing in the marketing. Sometimes it was just, yeah, but I just need to get 20% more full on my schedule, which they're not going to because they don't have the time. Sometimes it was the price was wrong, but there was just something in their business that was going to keep them stuck. And so the fact that we were able to zoom out, look at it and see, all right, where's your choke point? How do we fix it? So overall, there's only 2 assets in life and business, time and money. If you're in that choke point of 20 to 30,000, you either don't have enough money to reinvest or you don't have enough time to grow. And in either one of those situations, it's going to be painful. We have to do something. And then the question becomes, what's more painful? Staying where you are or making a tough decision to have a chance to grow? Me, I've always chosen to grow because it is just abhorrent for me to think that I'm going to be in the same place next year as I was this year. I just would hate myself. Well, and that one on a positive note. Jesus Christ. with my Mickey Mouse shirt on. Way to lighten up the room there, asshole. Jeez. Anyway, what do you think of this shirt? I don't know if it fits me that well. The arms makes me look jacked, but I don't know. What do you think? It's a little, I mean, it's a costume, so who cares? But you know what shirts were great?
Not a bad shirt.
Thank you, Antonio. See? He wants to keep his job. Good for him. Keep doing that. You're going to be fine. You know what my favorite shirts were?
No.
What's my favorite? Do you remember?
I have a guess. Is it the Austin ones?
My fucking Austin button down, they were like velvet, silk, whatever they were. Those are fucking
I've seen those
fire.
before.
You did?
Oh yeah. I made
Good
sure
for
they're
you.
ready.
Dude, they were fire.
How do you think long-term when you're stuck in the day-to-day?
Everything in your being when things are tough and you're trying to get the next patient in makes you simply want to go put your head down and do more of that. The discipline that it takes to take a step back and zoom out and think about answering the next question. This is a profound question and is so simple. What do I want? What do I want? If you can ask yourself, what do I want? Then the next question becomes, is the actions and activities that I'm doing day to day bringing me closer or further away from those goals? This is the secret to scaling your business to multiple millions. This is the secret to scaling your business to multiple hundred thousands. This is the secret from going from a 1 comma club to a 2 comma club or a 1-0 club to a 2-0 to a 3-0, whatever analogy, metaphor you want to use. The question always becomes, what do I want? And so if you are a business owner and you're making $20,000 a month and you're in it and you're working 9 a.m. to 5, 4.5 days a week, and you don't come home for dinner 4 days a week, and the question becomes, is this what I want? If that's what you want, just keep doing that. If it isn't what you want long-term, if you want to be able to take your kids to Little League, if you want to be home on Saturdays, if you want to be able to go to your daughter's gymnastics meet, if you want to be able to take a vacation with your family, if you're not doing that right now and you're not taking steps to be able to do that, stop tricking yourself. You all know, look at me, you know, wherever you live, you probably became a chiropractor because you saw someone in your town doing it and you're like, I like this. And now you look at their life, they're a solo practitioner, life is okay, They're the guy or the girl in the town. They hung up a shingle and they have a nice life. If you want that life, just do what they did. For me, I had the same experience, but I looked at them one day and I'm like, man, this guy's 65 years old. It is Saturday at 11 a.m. and he is still cracking backs. It is Monday afternoon at 3:30. Thursday afternoon, Thursdays he's off because that's what chiropractors do. I was like, I just don't want this life. I just do not want this life. I wanted something more. I had a vision that was bigger. I wanted to build a team. I didn't want to be tied to that business. I loved the business, but I didn't want to have to be there. I wanted the choice. People with the best life have the best choices. And for me, it was like my pants were on fire at all times. It's like, is this where I want to be? No. So let's do something different. And so the decisions that were made at that time, hiring staff, bringing on staff before I was ready, doing paid ads, running Google when it didn't work for 2 years. It was all like, is this getting me closer to what I want? The answer was yes, so it did it. For everyone out there, just look at your life right now. Is it exactly where you want to be? If it's exactly where you want to be, you should do that. I saw yesterday, Nicole was in my DMs and we got a new follower and we started a conversation and the guy said, he's like, no, I don't need help. I'm exactly where I want to be. Mazel tov. Beautiful. That's great. Congratulations. Like you don't need any help. If you wake up in the morning, you're like, this could not be better. I'm making every month all the money I want to make. I have a wonderful life. I have a wonderful team. Whatever that looks like for you, if you don't want any more than that, then just keep doing what you're doing. For me personally, I have an amazing life. I have an amazing team. I've made more money than I ever thought was possible. And everything in my life is amazing. And still right now, I know that there's more out there for me. It is just a matter of fact that I will continue to grow because I know I have so much more to reach my potential. So that person that said that, while I respect it and I appreciate it, I just cannot understand. I cannot understand. For me, if someone out there has something more and there's more out there for me, it's like, listen, life is big, man. Life is big. And right now, and I mean this as a positive, not a negative, if my potential is here, right now I'm here. Which means that I'm going to be 40 years old. I got about hopefully 50 more years. And as close as I can get to this, by the time I'm done, I'm doing everything I can. I'm investing my time, my money, my effort, my energy into figuring that out. Because when I go 6 feet under, I just want to know I gave it everything I could. And I maximize the shit out of the opportunity that I have. And I hope you do too.
What matters more in business? Talent, discipline, or something else?
So let's walk you through a couple facts here. The audience actually, and my community, is one of the best testing cohorts in the world. And the reason why is because in general business, if you're a fitness business owner, my dad owned a retail store, bridal gowns and all of that, if you even are in like content production, the path to get there is actually quite diverse. And so you could have gone to school and not gone to school. You could have gone to USC film school, or you could learn it. So the path is different, right? That is not true in what I do. In what we do as chiropractors, it is actually everyone has to, as a matter of fact, go through the same education. You have to go through the same schooling. You have to get the same degree. You have to pass the same tests. You have to pass the same boards. And then you go into business mostly in the same country or North America or whatever. So the test tube is almost perfect, which means that how is it that people have vastly different results even when their system and process is exactly the same to get there? Well, I can tell you if I'm successful, if anyone judges Justin, okay, you've made it, you're successful, I can tell you it isn't based on talent or smarts. Well, how do I know that? Because the only objective measure that I have is the same test that every single person that graduates takes, which is the national boards. And I can tell you, my dad has I don't know why, because it isn't impressive, has the scores on his bulletin board, I almost failed. Like, you had to get a 375 out of, I guess, 800 on neuro. I think I got like a 378. I mean, by the skin of my teeth. I mean, if my Scantron went one off, I'm toast. And the rest of my board scores were like mid as mid could be. So if we look at intelligence or talent or that, like that's a non-starter. The thing for me, out of all of the things that was just said, it's not talent, is it hard work, discipline? I don't know. It's probably all of it, some mixed together. I think that the things that separates people in business is always going to be their ability to overcome two things. There's a book, it's called The Two Thieves, right? The Two Thieves. What are the two thieves? There are only two reasons why people struggle in their life. The first one is the fear of failure, And the second one is the fear of judgment. Every single person in this world, myself as well, is only going to struggle because of one of those two things. So why do most people not start their business? Fear of failure. Why do most people not charge the right price? Fear of judgment. Why do people not post on social media even though they know they should? Fear of judgment. Why do most people are afraid to raise their price on people already existing even though they know they have to? Fear of failure and judgment. Why do people not hire employees even when the logical step is to do it? Fear of failure and judgment. So the answer to the question, if you want to know why anybody is successful or not in life, the answer is always the same. It is only because of fear of failure or fear of judgment. And if anyone has had success in their life and career, whether it's as a chiro, PT, acu, rehab chiro, coach, whatever it is because somehow, some way, they've been able to overcome that enough to have the success that they've had. So the answer to the question is, if you can overcome fear of failure and overcome fear of judgment, you got a fighting chance. All right, another episode is done. Hey, do me a favor, please follow, subscribe, tell all your friends, and I will see you on the next episode.